This is when we go power back, carb heat on, flaps 10 degrees.
So you are in the down right now. You are in the down wind.
This is us right now. This
Okay.
is us.
So here you put first flap down.
And we look off to the left.
Yeah.
And we see the runway. So this is where
Yes.
we're beam the runway right
Correct.
there.
So here one flap down.
Yep. So first thing we do, very first thing is power back.
Power back.
Power
From
back
2200 we put here 2200.
Yep,
Now we
down.
bring for 1500 or 1700.
about 1,600 on
Okay.
the RPM.
Okay.
So 1,600 on the RPM.
Okay.
We go carb heat on and we go
Okay.
flaps 10. We always power back first because we want the airspeed to slow down before we bring
Okay.
in the flaps.
Okay. So let me ask, what does carpet on do at this point?
So at lower power settings, we're more susceptible to carb icing. So ice can build up in the carburetor that will not allow fuel to get to the engine, and the engine could quit if we got icing. So we always go carb heat on. That's
Okay.
going to help prevent carb icing from forming.
Okay. So the question is, in the summer do you need this or
Yes.
even
So
in the summer you
even
need
in
it?
the summer, we can get carb icing all the way up to 70 degrees out.
Okay.
So it's all about how much humidity is in the atmosphere, how moist the air is. So the more moisture in the air, the
Okay.
more likely we are to get carb icing.
Okay. So no matter whether you are in very hottest country to the coldest country, you have this process.
Yep, it's always going to be the same. So it's going to be power back, carb heat on.
Carb it on.
Flaps.
Okay. Now the flaps 10. So the flap is going this way.
Yes.
This way, right?
So it
Yeah.
starts going down
Yeah.
the first notch of flaps.
So okay, so it will help in descending.
Yes, so it's going to help increase our drag
Okay.
and help slow us down, right?
Okay.
So-
So now we are at 2000.
And we're going to start to descend.
Okay.
So
Now right. Yeah. Now.
to descend.
Yeah.
So we're going to start to descend, right?
Okay. So we go here all the way.
So
Now here.
So now, how do we judge when to start that turn, right? We
Yeah.
got another turn we have to judge. So we want to look back at the runway, and once we're on about a 45-degree angle to the runway, 45, that's when we're going to start that turn to base.
Okay.
So we're looking for the angle on the runway. We're looking back at the runway. Once we see about a 45-degree angle, we're going to start that turn to base.
Okay. So here, what is the process? Means do we turn on any, like any of this, right? We did here.
So we already did that, right? So we're
one
here.
one flap is down right now and carpet is on. So what is this here right now?
So this point, all this point is right here is we're descending. This point right here is when we have to do the next thing. So we did this, nothing until this point.
Okay.
This point right here is when we go second notch of flaps, so 20 degrees flaps.
Where here? Exact here?
No, so like anywhere.
The middle.
Anywhere within this leg.
Okay.
I typically like to do it in the middle. We go
Middle.
flaps 20.
And you did flaps 20. What is the altitude here? Now here up to here it was
2,000.
2000.
Now we're gonna be right around like 1,500. It can vary, it can vary.
Okay.
But we're just making sure we're judging the distance of how high we are, and if we're high, we're gonna lose altitude.
Okay.
Low, we're gonna gain altitude for judging the distance, so we can touch down right there.
So here this is 1600.
So 2,000 right here, and then right here is probably gonna be about 1,500 feet.
Okay. And then the power here we put it 1600.
Yep, 1,600
RPM.
Yep.
And then when it comes to here,
We're going to be varying the power. So the power is always going to change. So once we get here, we're going to be changing it as necessary. So if we notice we're high, we're going to take out power. If we're low, we're going to add power. So it's going to vary.
So what range you gonna keep? Means are you going to? Here we made it 1600. Okay. Now by the time it comes here, what you want to keep the range between?
It can vary. It can vary to full power. It can vary from 0 to 1,000 RPMs all the way up to 2,000 RPMs. So it can vary. It's just making sure we judge the distance.
Okay.
So really, we're trying to keep it at 1,600, and then on final approach, that's when we're varying it as necessary. So we're not shooting for a certain power setting. We're just looking outside. If we're high, we're going to bring out the power. If we're low, we're going to add power.
But you don't want to increase it beyond 2000 or?
You can, if we're super low, super slow, and we need to, we
Okay.
will. But it varies. So
Okay, so so somehow you keep managing the power and bring here,
Uh-huh.
okay, and then you put second flap down.
Yep, flaps
Okay,
down.
flap 20 down. Now,
So
Yeah.
also airspeed. So airspeed, we want this one to be about 80 miles per hour.
okay,
This one to be about 70 miles per hour on our base per hour, and then 65 miles per hour on final. So when I tell you pitch for 65, I pitch for 65. That's what I'm telling you, because on this final leg, we want to be at 65 miles an hour, the slowest, so we can touch down at the slow
okay.
speed.
So here at 65 miles an hour, see we are going, the plane is going down like this, right? So it may, how do you reduce it? Now it is going down, so it will get more.
Yeah, so it's going to get faster. So
Uh,
we're going to use that pitch to control the airspeed.
Control.
So if we notice we're getting fast, we're going to pitch up.
uh,
If we're getting slow, we're going to push down to pitch, because pitch is going to control our airspeed. Power is going to control our altitude.
Okay.
So if we're high, we're super high, we're going to want to power back.
okay,
And then if we're super slow, we're going to want to pitch forward. So
Okay.
pitch controls
But
airspeed,
you-
power controls altitude.
so you want to keep it 65. So when would you put the third flap here?
So anywhere within this final leg, I typically do right about here, we'll go that last notch of flaps, which is 30 degrees of flaps.
Okay,
So that last notch, 30 degrees
30
of flaps.
degrees flap, and then it comes somewhere here, and then
Right.
you put the power off, right?
Right about here, once we have a runway made, we're going to go power all the way back to idle. So we'll bring that power all the
All
way
the
back.
way idle.
And then we're going to start flaring and start pulling back on the yoke. By the time we touch down, we want the yoke pretty much all the way back.
All the way back.
So we're going to start slowly bringing it back, slowly bringing it back. You don't want to aggressively bring it back, because then we're going to flare up into the air. We're going to nice and gently bring it back, so we just touch down nice and smooth over the runway. If we flare up too high, we're going to sink and drop down to the runway. But if we do it nice and smooth over the runway, we're going to have a nice smooth touchdown.
Okay, and then the aeroplane comes here, and then you increase, you put the flaps. Now flaps are all up. You immediately put the flaps down.
Flaps down, carb heat in.
Carpet in. Flaps down, carpet in.
And then we go full power,
And then full-
we do it again, because this is
Yeah.
this is a traffic pattern. So we're doing
Okay.
a bunch of landings, so we're practicing. So we
Okay.
go flaps down, carb heat in,
Okay.
slowly bring full power.
Okay, so now you told me. Now I will tell, and you correct me if
Yeah.
I understood correctly. Okay.